Hello,
Hi
everyone.
everyone. Well, it's 11:30 then,
Yes.
and we are ready to come live to you about a really cool topic about how to make yourself glow.
Yo.
So we have been very blessed with some comments from the people out there. Thank you very much for your information about how we seem to be glowing on our Facebook Lives and everything that we're doing. So we thought, heck, why are we glowing?
Because we polish our skin every day.
Because we've got a great filter on our screen. So we thought we've written down a list of things. Why do we feel like we're glowing, or why are people making those comments?
And before we go on, we're not experts. We're just telling you what we think and what we do for ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got a list, and we're going to refer to the list as we go along.
Yeah.
But we've divided into two different things. One is an internal process, and one is an external process.
Yes. They all are very equally important.
But funnily enough, there are more internal things that we do than there are external.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah. So do you want to take it away? With
Okay,
what we do?
so obviously internal, it's what we put into our body. So the first thing is hydration. So you can hydrate yourself with anything. When you're thirsty, you could reach for beautiful filtered water, good quality water, or you could reach for a can of Coke. So there's different ways that you could hydrate. Now, our choice is water. We stay away from things like sugary drinks.
And the reason why we would choose water, just from a purely, biochemistry level, is that we are made up of anywhere between 60 to 70% water in our body. So our cells are water, our muscles have got water in them, our fascia is made up through water, so it makes sense that that's how you would hydrate yourself.
And it comes straight from nature.
Yeah.
It's not been made in a factory.
But speaking of nature, we don't take it straight from the tap.
No, we do filter.
We filter because of all the nasties that
could
are
be added to it. Yeah. So another way we hydrate ourselves with fresh fruit and vegetable juice. No, not the bottles that you get from the shelf in the supermarket. We make our own juices, vegetable and also fruit.
So we each have our own cold pressed juices, which is an amazing investment. And it, for whatever you have to do in the outlay of buying it, it's going to last you. I mean, we've had ours for about 8 years, and it's still going, and it's just fantastic.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
And we would definitely, my husband and I would definitely drink juices every day. But it's something that we've been doing for many years now. So, what's another one?
With the same juicer, we also make our own nut milk. So we soak either almonds or cashews, and then we put that through the processor, and away we go. And we've got fresh made nut milk. And if you don't want to make your own nut milk, just choose something non-dairy from the supermarket.
Yeah, and that's another choice we've done. We're not judging anyone for having dairy, but we choose to drink nut milks. So we avoid alcohol.
We do. I mean, again, so if you want to drink alcohol, again, there's no judgment to it, but
this is just what we do.
We don't drink alcohol.
Yeah. I like a cup of coffee.
I like a cup of tea.
But I limit it. So it's not like I have 6 cups a day. I have 1 a day, or sometimes I don't have one. But when I do, I have it with an almond milk or something. Yeah.
And then, like we said already, we avoid any of those sugary things. So whether they be fruit juices out of, the supermarket, or the delicious Coke that we all love. No.
I don't really like it.
No. So, just limiting that kind of thing really helps a long way. And even if you made one small change, and your change was, I'm going to have an extra glass of water a day, that would be great. That would start your journey.
Absolutely. Another way internally that we help make ourselves glow is supplements.
So I want to share a quick story that I have never used supplements in my life. I thought it was absolute rubbish and, just forcing things down my throat, and I just didn't like the idea of it. And I've always been, I should get my supplements from my food. But I now realize, that the food that we get is not as nutrient rich as we would like it to be, even if it is organic, which again is something that we like to put into our bodies. But
our soils are deficient.
Yeah. So, you actually do. That's why they're called supplements. You need to supplement what is going on from your gut perspective, because health also begins in the gut. So, so the supplements we use are obviously the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. Also, we call that LLV.
Yes. We also use oils in our water. So we might have some lemon juice.
I actually have wild orange in here today.
Do you?
Yeah.
I love the Smart and Sassy, or I love lemon or Digestin.
Yeah, I start my day off with hot water or warm water, and with lemon. That's how I like to alkaline my body first thing in the morning.
I also, every morning, I alkalize with apple cider vinegar. And that's the way I like to alkaline in the morning.
Yeah, we use a couple of other supplements that you might not be familiar with, but that doTERRA uses called Mito 2 Max, which really helps with the mitochondria producing ATP, which is our energy source within our cells.
And
that's really great. And then, of course, a vitamin C, because that just helps with health all over. Absolutely. And if you find that you're coming down with flu, I just up my vitamin C to every 2 hours until bowel tolerance really is the way of saying it, right?
Yeah. Another way internally is I've made a decision, my husband and I, to eat plant-based. So less meat, less dairy, just eating more stuff that grow in the
ground. Foods.
Yeah, plant-based foods.
Yeah.
So, and I found that great. So reducing sort of acidic foods like meat and things like that.
Inflammatory foods,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
we do the same. We're not completely meat-free or completely dairy-free, but, we do limit that kind of thing in our bodies.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the big one, sugar. We don't use refined sugars at all, and we don't buy processed foods. We make most of our own stuff.
Yes. What's another internal thing? What about our mind? That's so important too. If you are happy and doing honoring what you love and live a loving, happy life, you definitely glow.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the inside. Yes.
So, I mean, that all starts with with Bear barking in the background. He just wants our attention right now. So what you think is how you become. Yeah. So it's really important what you feed your brain, and that's not in terms of what you actually eat, but the thoughts that you have. So maybe you're aware of this, but we have between 60 to 80,000 thoughts that pass through our brain every single day.
Yeah.
And one of the things we're really passionate about is making people understand, is that a positive thought or is it a negative thought?
Yeah.
And if you just stop for a moment and think, gosh, what have I said to myself today?
Yeah.
You'd probably find about 90% of those thoughts would have been in a negative frame of mind. And, again, no offense, just making people aware of that.
And it's true, we move in the direction of our strongest thoughts. So if we're negative and we're putting ourselves down, or, we have bad thoughts, we move in that direction. Our life goes in that way. So start thinking and changing your mind, start making good thoughts.
And how do we do that? We have a little ritual that we go, okay, 3 gratefuls, go. And you've got to say the 3 gratefuls that you are feeling for the day.
And there's always something to be grateful for.
Always. And sometimes it can repeat, but the point is to look for things that are just in your everyday life, or that are outside of, I'm grateful for the love of my family. I mean, I say that every day, but when you start to appreciate the things around you, you start to attract a different kind of energy to you, which then helps you, again, glow from that inside perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting out in nature is really important for me, I know, and exercising. So,
and both of those things are scientifically proven as well. If you're someone who believes in the sciences, like you go out into nature, there is a complete de-stress that happens immediately. You switch off from this artificial technological world we've created, and you go back to who we really are. And then exercise, the endorphins and different hormones that get produced just by doing that.
Happy.
They make you happy, of course.
Scientific. And remove yourself from technology. Have a time when you go down to the beach or go for a walk. See if you can leave your phone in your bag or at home.
And try not to stress.
Yeah. And remove yourself from negativity. So it could be negative, toxic people in your life as well. So,
which is a hard one, but sometimes if you take a look at your circle of friends and you're like, actually, I don't resonate with that anymore. There's nothing wrong with stepping back from that situation, because you're doing yourself a little bit more good than you think.
Absolutely. Last one is what we put onto our body externally.
So that was all the internal stuff. So there was a lot of stuff.
So think of what goes on your body. It's not just the skin care range that you use, or the moisturizers you use, or the shampoos or toothpaste. It's all the chemicals that we have in our house that is actually going onto our skin.
Yeah, so your counter sprays, what you clean your bathroom with, your kitchen with, how you look after your bedroom space, like what laundry detergent you're using to wash your clothes that are right in contact with your skin, what you sleep in. All of those things are huge.
They are. And our skin is the largest organ on our body. And so when you go and clean the shower, you know, all those chemicals are going into your skin and into your bloodstream. And that creates a toxic environment inside of us, which then comes out.
Exactly. So that's all we have on our list.
It is.
And we hope that's been a little bit of information for you if you didn't know some of those things, and hopefully it spurred you on to maybe make a change in your life, or to acknowledge that you are doing really well already with those kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So if you've got any other ideas as to how to make yourself glow from the inside out, you know, leave a comment. We're really interested.
Hi, Sue. We love your love heart eyes.
All right, guys, well, have a wonderful day. Remember, be grateful. Maybe think now what you can be grateful for. And we're grateful for you.
Well, I'm also grateful for you.
And you.
Okay. Bye. And you.
See ya.
Bye.